everybody, welcome back to Living the Grand Adventure. I am Alex and this is Kevin. We are back here at Wildcat.
No,
Hollow?
We're doing the Burr Oak Reservoir Trail. We're going to be camping in Wildcat Hollow tonight.
That's what's happening. I haven't been here for a while, so I thought I would start off the video by saying hello. I am back. It's finally summertime, so I can live a little bit. Very excited to be back. And basically, we just started down the trail after signing in from the trailhead that's right by the Nature Center.
Yeah.
I'm about to fall. I don't know what to say. What do you guys say? That's it.
Yeah, we're here at Burr Oak State Park. We are doing the Reservoir Trail. Altogether, it's probably going to be between 23 and 24 miles. We're going to be here for 3 nights. First night, we are going to camp up in Wildcat Hollow because you can camp there and disperse camp, and it's free. The second night, we will be revisiting, well, at least I will be revisiting, Alex will be the first time, the site over next to the dam that I stayed at back in September of last year. And then the third night, we're going to hike out, and we're just going to go over to Burr Oak Cove, do a little bit of swimming at the state park over at the beach, and build a big fire and just kind of enjoy the night. And then we'll be going home on the 4th day. Be a quick little drive home, 2 hours and 45 minutes. So, but this is Alex's first trip since we went to Charles Dean Wilderness back in March. And of course, I actually just come off of a trip out that direction, what, maybe a week ago?
Yeah.
10 days. So I'm back out, really trying to get some trips in this summer now. Looking forward to getting videos up for you guys. So we're going to go in here. We are going counterclockwise from the trailhead. Last September I went clockwise and just stayed the one night due to water situations. We did stop off at Wildcat Hollow, drove up to that trailhead and actually did a water drop. We have 2 gallons of water sitting there for us. So if we can't find water on the trail, we're good to go. We have probably a little bit less than 8 miles. You know, we'll get those totals up at the end of the day for you guys like we always do. But should be a little bit less than 8 miles. And 3 o'clock, it doesn't get dark till after 9. So we've got 6 hours to do it, no problem. This will be a little bit more of a difficult trail than what was Charles C. Dean Wilderness, because there will be some downhills and uphills. But we should be able to pound this out pretty good. My pack is weighing roughly about the same as I had before. Base weight is a little bit less than 12 pounds. I think altogether with my food and water, it was sitting at about 18 this time. So that's kind of cool, mainly because I didn't have to worry about a third night of food. Because we are getting pizza on the last night. We're just going to have it delivered to the campsite. Alex's base weight, we didn't even weigh it, but I would have, it's definitely sub 10. It possibly be maybe sub 8.
I could probably throw this thing farther than like 10 yards.
Well, I mean, you have what, a sleeping bag, a sleep pad, a cook system, a small first aid kit, a couple of knives, and a sit pad.
Yeah, I don't have a lot.
And then food and water.
I mean,
so,
even with my food and water, I doubt this is more than 15 pounds.
Oh no, well mine's just over 15. It's like, you know, right at 18. Yours is probably still sub 12, 13 pounds with food and water.
Yeah.
Mainly because I'm carrying the tent and, you know, any stuff for fire. I've got all that weight on me, so she's got an extremely lightweight backpack. She's not carrying much weight, and you know, of course I have camera equipment and such too. So we're good. All right, got a division up here, or at least some signage. We'll take a look. Yeah, that was kind of bouncy, wasn't it?
The bridge started bouncing on us.
Well, another little bridge here. This is actually part of the Buckeye Trail. You saw that blue blaze there on the, that bounces.
Oh gosh,
that's bouncy. But this is part of the Buckeye Trail. You saw the blue blaze there on the actual bridge there. We are at point C. So here's the map. We'll take a good look at it real quick since I've got it here.
There's a bug.
We started out right here. No, actually right here. That's where the Nature Center is, the parking. And we're going up this way. All this today. And it actually goes on up this way. And right up in here, there will be that division trail that will take us up to Wildcat Hollow. Guys, about a mile and a half into it. Making pretty good time. Had a couple of inclines, a little decline here and there. Hasn't been too bad. It's just really hot and very, very humid.
Yeah.
I think it's more the humidity today.
Yeah, because it's honestly not like horrible when it comes down to like temperature. We've hiked in a lot harder. It's the fact that the air's thick.
Yeah.
And it's like rough.
It's pretty moist. But we're on this little, it's kind of a gradual up and down. It's not too bad right this second. Kind of a, I mean, not really a ridge, just the top of a hill, because it's extremely wooded on both sides. And we're having fun so far. Just wish it wasn't quite so hot. Does that look like we're coming out into a clearing with the sun?
Yes, it does.
Oh no. We have to do a meadow walk here in a second. And the sun, that's going to not be good.
Oh. You know, it's nice being back out here, but I certainly do not miss the heat. I miss my air conditioning.
Yeah, exactly.
Considering most of the time we keep the house at like 65 and it's 90 out here.
Yeah.
That bandana was not working. I've tried that twice now. Neither time did it work. Bandanas are too thick.
Yeah. But we're just going to keep moving on. We'll try to get over to site by, I'm hoping by 6. I don't know how that's going to play out, since that would give us 3 hours to do about 8 miles. We'll see how it plays out. Even 7 would be okay. I think we're going to do a water break right now. Yeah, I'm about ready for a little bit of water. Sweating pretty good. I did camel up at the car like I always do with a liter of Gatorade, but I already probably sweated some of that out.
I had some tea.
Yeah, so go do a water break and get moving on, guys. Came up an incline, we're out in the sun a little bit, feeling pretty good. Saw a view of the lake, but it was kind of overgrown, so didn't really video it yet. Should actually be getting down closer to it very shortly. But yeah, pretty nice trail, wide open, not too difficult. And we do seem to be making a small decline here. I think that'll take us down next to the lake now shortly. Maybe we'll be able to get a good view of it for you guys. Making pretty good time. Not in a super big hustle because we're not worried about getting it dark on us, but not taking our time either. We kind of want to push the miles and get over here so we can get set up and hopefully get wood for a fire. I don't know if we're going to bother tonight. It really depends on when we get there and what's laying around in the vicinity of the site we choose and how we're feeling.
Well, if we get up early, we can beat the heat, which would help us so much.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be pretty hot tomorrow. A lot hotter than today, so.
Tomorrow is Monday.
Yep. Yep. Today is Sunday, June 27th, so. And we're making our way.
Man, by the time we make it back to the house, it's going to be July.
Yep. That will be June 30th.
Oh, I can't count.
Yep, July 1st is Thursday.
Wow, this is really good.
And July 1st, we'll start my new series, basically, of hiking this year, this summer. I will be releasing a video, hopefully every Thursday, as long as I've got stuff to put up for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. Check Instagram and Facebook. Links right here. They'll definitely update you when a new video shows up. And of course, if you subscribe and hit that notification bell, you'll get notifications as to when I do post new videos.
It'd be really cool if you guys subscribe because we make great videos here.
came down this pretty big declination here. It's kind of crazy. I actually was shuffling a little bit, man. It was pretty steep. Come down into the valley here. It's kind of pretty area. Got all these like rock formations up here. Big rock up there. Alex likes the flowers. There's a little bit of water right here. This would definitely be a lot wetter in the spring, but you could actually get water out here if you really want to, because it is flowing just a touch. As long as it's not stagnant, you can get water out of it. So it's kind of cool. Nice valley. It's actually a hair bit cooler down in here than it was up on that ridge, but there's no movement of air though. That's the only drawback. So probably gonna be flat for a little bit through the valley, and then I'm sure we've got another uphill. But I just figured I'd show you this area. Like I said, this up in here is really cool. Super large downfall there. Passed a few people on trail, but nothing major yet.
There was a dog. It was like a big fluffy one.
Should be pretty smooth sailing from here to the dock now. And once we get there, we'll have, from guesstimation, I'll look at it really good when we're sitting down, but from what I can tell, probably about 3 to 3.5 miles to site. So even if we're 5 o'clock leaving dock 3, I'm figuring we'll be at site no later than, say, 6:30. Should be really awesome. That'll give us 3 hours to set up, relax a little bit, maybe get a little bit of wood if we decide we want to do a fire, and fix dinner. And then we'll just be in for the night and try to enjoy the night and have an early start tomorrow, like I always say. And then of course we'll be an hour late. Never could do on time, guys. I guess, you know, as I say, hike your own hike, but I kind of like trying to keep to a schedule when I've got in the back of my mind how I want to do things. But that's not how life works when you're on trail. You have things that just kind of come up and doesn't go according to plan always. But I generally do not have a bad time on trail. Guess maybe when me and Alex actually were at Charles C. Dean Wilderness, that overnighter, you know, where our air mattresses both deflated, it wasn't a good night.
That was rough.
Yeah, it was cooler and the ground was cool, so we had no real protection underneath us, and then of course the air mattress was deflated, so it wasn't comfortable either. Do I?
I was saying what you were saying, it just made it uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. So, but it looks like we do have a little bit of a decline right here. Nothing super strenuous. We've done worse today already. This isn't actually too bad. It's kind of like down, a little flat, down, a little flat. And that's probably what we'll be doing, working our way down elevation till we get to the, you know, dock 3, which is at the lake. And that'll be kind of cool. Get to see that, get to sit down for a few minutes, relax. Hopefully there'll be a little breeze right there on the lake, so it might help cool us off some. And I'm hoping there's a little bit of shade somewhere. If not, as long as it's breezy, I really don't care. I'll be able to cool off in the breeze even in the sun. But I'm kind of hungry. I'm looking forward to it. Doing tuna salad on carb-friendly tortillas. And it'd be kind of cool. I'm gonna mix it up myself in the pouch directly, so that way it's good and fresh, and I don't have to worry about the mayonnaise spoiling, because they're in a, it's the little mayonnaise packets like you would get at a restaurant. I've got a couple of those, so none of that should be spoiled. And mix that up and have that while we're sitting down. Guys, looks like we're coming down to a valley, and there's a little creek here. It's kind of cool. We've actually seen some spots of life too. We've seen a couple of rabbits, a couple of chipmunks. Of course, there's birds all throughout the forest. Very different than Charles C. Dean Wilderness. There was a lot of frogs there. That was kind of neat. Yeah. At least over on the right side of the trail.
I remember he went to call us one night while we were at home and stuff, and literally it was so loud we could barely hear him on the phone because of the fact that there were so many frogs and crickets and just like random things in the background. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was the pond at campsite 6. So guys, we come down the elevation there. Came from way up there, Did a lot of switchbacking, a lot of declination, and now we are on the forest floor. Getting ready to cross the creek I showed you from up there. It's kind of dried out at this time of year, and it normally is. Actually, it is dried out completely here. There's some water standing over there, maybe flowing a little bit. Nothing over that way, at least right now. Got this little bridge. Hey, at least that one doesn't bounce too much.
Oh no, that one bounced for me.
A little bit, but not much. Oh, an incline. I didn't see that on the top of it. Maybe it's a short incline that doesn't show. I hope we don't have a big climb. We shouldn't. We have less than half a mile to Dock 3, I wouldn't think. So we came up out of the woods over here, and we spilled out into this meadow. We're going up here next to this pavilion. Should top the hill and go straight across that, and then start down towards the dock. It's pretty little. Well, it was a short incline, but it was kind of steep. So yeah, and now we're out in the sun, which is fun. But there is a general breeze, which seems to be helping a little bit.
It's hot.
It's hot. But yeah, there's a little building up here, and it looks like they've got a tent.
Sorry.
Looks like they've got a tent set up. Maybe they had an event sometime this weekend. Pretty day, just very hot. You see, spilled out into the meadow here. Mowed path right through here. And it leads out to a field. Kind of cool.
Oh, what does this remind me of? This field area reminds me of something. I think it was Germantown, because it has that like huge field that comes down that walkway. I think there's a thingy over there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
So we came up out of the woods over here, came across this meadow. The dock is just down the hill that direction. But we came up here and we saw this. We know it's shaded. I'm not sure if there's shade at Dock 3, so we're going to stop here. We're going to do our little lunch. It's a late lunch. It's like 4:30. We're going to do it now. But one thing that kind of made us stop too, we walked up. There is a water fountain here, you know, a faucet. And unlike last time, where supposedly all the water this direction was off, that is actually on. So we can really fill it back up on water. If I would have known, we wouldn't even have worried about that water drop there at Wildcat, because more likely there's water out that direction. But we did it, so we're good, and we'll have good clean water tonight. We don't have to worry about filtering pretty much the whole trip. Everything should work out. But we're gonna go ahead and sit down and eat a spot of lunch. At least I am. You said you was gonna get a little something too, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna eat my beef pepperoni sticks.
That'll work.
Oh, there's a few.
Yeah, Alex brought a couple of pepperoni sticks, the big thick ones. She's going to eat a little bit of that. I'm going to do my tuna salad. One, it's going to be cool to eat that, and two, it'll get some weight off my back. And then we'll just refill up on water. We've got about, I guesstimated a little over 3 miles, about 3.5 miles. I don't know if I'm going to fill up my 1.5 liter bottle, but I actually have 2 extra bottles. I have my liter bottle that you see hanging here. And I went ahead and grabbed a 24-ounce bottle just because I knew it was going to be really hot. I don't mind carrying a little bit extra water when it's hot. I think I'm going to fill those 2 up. That way I'm good for the 3.5 miles. And then when we get to Wildcat, we do have a gallon of water waiting on both of us. So we should be good to go. So like I said, we came down that declination there pretty quick. Probably 2/10 to 1/4 mile. And now we are down next to the lake at Dock 3. Looks like there's camping, and there actually is people. You can tell here in the background you can camp here now. We're going to check to see if this water's on, which is something that wasn't happening last year because of restrictions. But this is Dock 3. It's actually a lot smaller than Dock 1 and 2. I've never seen this dock. I thought I had. Any water? Oh, so.
Wait, what is it?
So guys, there is water pretty much everywhere now. We got to figure out where the trail goes.
So it either goes uphill and shaded or flat and...
Looks like there's a post there. I want to just see if that's it.
Oh, it looks like a wet place. Are we filling wet places anymore?
I would assume so.
No, we're filling down on blue.
Oh yeah, well I think it's all of it combined now. Let's go see what this shows. Ain't gonna hurt to walk over here. Ooh, wow, that sun's out blazing now. I was talking about, oh yeah, I see stuff on the tree there. That's it.
Yep, I see yellow.
Yeah, so we're going that way. So we're gonna head back into the woods. Thankfully get out of this really hot sun, guys. That's a pretty area though. Right here at Dock 3. Would be kind of neat to camp right here. That is a pretty view. This is kind of interesting. There's a little side trail right here, and there's a picnic table. I guess you could sit down, but huh? Oh yeah, blazes. It's blazed pretty nice right through here. But that picnic table is sitting right there on a steep incline. You know,
I mean, if you want to have lunch there and risk falling off into the lake, go ahead.
Yeah, kind of. I did find that one picnic table last time I was here that was down next to the lake, but it was more stable looking because it was flat.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're making our way through the woods, heading up to Wildcat Hollow, guys. It'll be interesting. As long as our water drops there, we should have a good night. Haven't seen too many. Well, we've seen 3 people on trail total, not
4,
counting.
and a dog.
Yeah, that's right. 4, because it was the 2 couples and the dog. That's right. So that's all we've seen on trail today. And then of course the group that was camping back there. But we're moving right along. And like I said, we're parked at the Nature Center, so that's where we kind of parked. But it looks like that back there, that parking lot at Dock 3, I would assume you can overnight park as well, because they have a trail registry there as well. This little trail goes up right through here. It might be a game trail, or could lead up to another picnic table, who knows. I don't see anything from here, but our trail's here as it's blazed. I'll swing it around this way. Like I said, just a series of ups and downs, but not really hard trail now. And that's probably what we'll see the rest of the day, and hopefully most of tomorrow. Looking at the topo map, it didn't look like there would be a lot of steep elevation gains like what we saw earlier today. Coming down a series of steps now, guys. I'm getting off the steps. I'm just gonna go down the hill. It's easier. Now we've got a little bridge. Now, this is interesting. I didn't know this creek was here, so you could filter out of this if you really needed to. Of course, water is just right back the way at Dock 3.
You know, I'm gonna let you walk this one without me on it, because that looks...
This one isn't too bouncy. It's not too bad. But, yeah, kind of neat. And now we got a little boardwalk. I've seen this too. There's a section of this over on the other side that when we're coming out the last day before we go over to Burr Oak Cove. Yeah, and this is a little bouncy. The wood is starting to warp a little bit, but it's still in pretty good shape. I bet you this would be wet in the spring underneath it, kind of marshy. But definitely heard something moving over there.
Sounded small.
Yeah, it was small, but definitely well blazed. And trail maintenance is pretty nice over in here. We're moving right along. Still a very, very beautiful day. We'll come right down this boardwalk, guys. The lake's over there. We're actually getting ready to leave it and start heading north. There's a creek that runs up beside Wildcat Hollow. So we're getting actually ready to hit that division trail. We've probably got, I'd say 3/4 of a mile to that. This last mile and a half probably, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, something like
It's
that.
been very overgrown. This is what we're seeing now. This actually isn't too bad, but back that direction that we've been through was very thick. And definitely, guys, if you come out this direction and you're going to do the whole trail, especially this northern end, make sure you have permethrin, because I am sure that this is tick infested, guys.
Also, just for a little note of reference and a note to self, be a little bit on the lookout and try not to be negligent of sharper plants and stuff, because I actually did nick myself a little bit walking past some of the plants.
Yeah.
I somehow managed to dodge every ounce of thorn bushes, but I somehow managed to hit some sharp, I think, wheat or something, and it managed to scrape my leg up good. So.
Yeah, she got it. We're gonna clean that up when we get to site. I've got my first aid kit, so there's a pretty good view of the northern end of the lake, guys. It's kind of cool.
Super bright, but it is.
This is actually our first good view, really.
Other than when we were like down right beside it at the dock.
Yeah, since the dock, this is the best view we've had. We had a couple of shots from up high that were tree covered that we couldn't really see it, but that's a nice little area. Shame we can't just first camp. I would camp right here. I almost bet this was a fire ring at one point in time. I bet you somebody has camped here.
Yeah, because for the most part,
Looks like
when you
it.
get like dampened down ground like that, that's what that normally is.
This would be a nice little area if you could camp right here. Right here on the lake. Be kind of cool, but I think there's a big fine if you get caught camping directly right here. What? What'd you see?
Here, there's a little bit of a path. There's a platform by the tree, and then there's two separate trails coming down through the water.
Yeah, you
This
could
one comes down a little bit, and it looks like you might actually be able to
filter, or probably go over there and filter, and you can fish here too. Now it looks like we're back into the woods. A little bit more woods walking now. A little bit cooler too. Wish there was a little bit of a breeze. But still flying these blue and yellow blazes. We don't have long until we will hit that trail going north to Wildcat. I'm hoping there's a sign, but if not, my all trails is working better on this trip. I did have a little bit of a problem just before we stopped for lunch, our late lunch, where it wasn't wanting to load in, but then it loaded in pretty quickly thereafter. Oh, deer prints.
That's some pretty clear ones. Oh.
A couple of them. It's the first kind of mud we've seen. I mean, it's not really mud, it's more soft earth, but yeah, some deer prints. So there are deer in the woods.
I think there was actually multiple deer over there.
Probably.
A set of smaller sets. So it looks like there might have been a little doe bouncing around with it.
Or a foal.
Yeah.
You know, baby deer. Oh, another view of the lake. Kind of cool.
The only area I've seen any other prints was a little bit of a muddy patch back there where there was a few shoe prints.
Yeah.
How did I still somehow get hit by spiderheads? You're in front of me.
So guys, we spilled out of the woods, and we do have a slight road walk. We're gonna go up this way just a little ways. Looks like it's about 1/10 of a mile, and then we'll spill back into the woods. Pretty warm this afternoon. Well, it's evening now, definitely. It's well up past 6. But yeah, we're hot, we're humid. What time you got? It's almost 7, guys. It's 3 till 7. But I looked at the map. We should be there hopefully by 7:30, depending on the terrain we've got to face going forward. If that terrain's not too bad, we should be okay. But the heat's starting to get to us a little bit. I mean, it's just the humidity is so high right now. We're hoping to go to bed early tonight and try to get up and beat some of this humidity and heat in the morning and get a lot of our miles knocked out before noon or 1 o'clock. If we can do that, that'll be awesome. Even if we end up over at the site at like 1, 2 o'clock, I'm not going to complain, because we can just sit there and relax the whole day, cool off, and just enjoy the day. A lot of miles hiked.
Enjoy being in nature.
Enjoy being in nature, yeah.
I mean, it sucks because here recently, most of the time, people are stuck in their houses. And being able to be out in nature and just like be able to do that and just experience life as it should be experienced is a great thing. So since we're able to do that, it's pretty cool.
Oh, yes. I thought we had to go up this hill. I was getting ready to get like, oh no.
Well, we have to go up that hill.
I'd rather do this hill than that hill. But like I said, going back into the woods here, and we should next see the division trail, and it should only be about 1/10 of a mile or so from here. We came to the division. where that trail does lead up to Wildcat. And what it is, basically the Buckeye Trail splits off from the Lakeview Trail and brings you down into a valley, which will lead us over here to the road and the trailhead. Well, Wildcat Hollow is, and that's where we're camping tonight. It is pretty overgrown. I don't think this trail probably gets used a lot, so we're kind of being careful for snakes because we are down in a valley near water, and with how hot it was today, there could be snakes in here. And we're also just trying to brush as many of these plants away as possible because we really don't want to deal with ticks either. We're definitely going to be checking our legs and our equipment and our bodies tonight. If one of us would happen to have one, I have some tweezers and we have ways to get them off of us. But we do have to come back through here tomorrow. But this is very, very overgrown, very thick. And if it was winter, this would also be very wet right through here. This would be interesting trying to cross. Ooh, be careful, that's pretty janky. But yeah, we're down here in the middle of this mess, and it's...
Is that where we're going?
Yeah, that's the trail. Probably step up right there. Yeah, because the blazes are right over there. Yeah, this is definitely a little bit more bushwhacky, if that's a word, than what, you know, normal trail we are on. But the good thing is this is a short distance. It's less than a mile, and we should actually be off this in about 10 minutes or so. Yeah, more deer prints. Hang on, I may have to pull out all trails and figure out. I was looking to see if I saw a blaze. Yeah, there's a blaze over there, right there on that tree. So it's over there. So we got a little bit of a water crossing. Oh, this could be interesting. I really don't want to get my feet wet. Of course, my shoes would dry really quick, but
my shoes aren't waterproof at all.
Mine aren't either.
I think I see how I do this.
Yeah, I think we can go right through there.
Here?
Yeah. Just a matter of kind of mapping it out in your head. How'd you get down? Oh, you went down over here, didn't you? I see. Little slip rock right here. Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
My legs are starting to itch.
Where'd you get, straight across right there?
Yeah, I hit right there.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. Yay. I'm gonna come back out and do that. I hope it don't rain any tonight. It's a pretty little area. Nice little creek. I say we could have filtered water right here.
Yeah.
So we did not need to do the water drops like we did because we're less than a quarter mile from the site. But that's okay. We did not know, which means I could have done that stuff back at this whole trail back in September.
Hey, you know what? It's okay because now it just means we don't have to use some time open.
Yeah, because that would have kind of stunk coming in this late and having to stop for 20 minutes to filter.
Yeah. Whereas
now we can just move along what looks to be a little bit more open path here. Just totally awesome. Did not like that overgrowth over there. I really worry about ticks when you got that much in this time of year.
Yeah.
Butterflies. Kind of cool. And people's tracks. Some people in here recently.
There's also a dog print.
Yeah. So, not the only ones that have used this trail. Probably go over to Wildcat or come from Wildcat, either way. But yeah, we're making it along now. Much better trail. Of course, this would be boggy if it was raining, if it had rained recently. But we're getting there. Should spill out pretty close to the trailhead for Wildcat Hollow, which is about where we're going to camp for the night. We made it to the Wildcat Hollow trailhead. We're going to camp right here at the trailhead. We're not worried about going into Wildcat Hollow. And our water should be cached right over here beside the outhouse. We even have a bathroom for the night with this trip that we've designed. So that's kind of cool. But we're going to head over in here, I think slap a 15-minute break, and just kind of relax for a second. Then we'll get the site set up and we'll check out the wood situation. If we got a little bit of wood right here, we may do a small fire. If we don't, we may just say we're done. But here is site for the night, guys. We do have a car right here. I wish they were across the way, but that's fine. Doesn't bother me.
Looks like we got some wood on the side over here.
Yeah, we've got some wood. We might get a small fire going. I think I saw some. I saw some wood over there too. Yeah, we can get a little fire going.
This is a big fire pit.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you want to go climb that? Yeah, I am too. Hey, we got a nice place to throw the tent down, like right in here.
Nice and flat.
I'm gonna go over here and check real quick at the kiosk and make sure I don't see anything stating that you can't camp right here at the trailhead. Because at one point in time it did say that you couldn't camp 150 feet from the trailhead. That you had to. But they've lifted a lot of those restrictions here in Ohio, so if it doesn't say that, that's where we're camping. And no, I don't see anything. This is the kiosk. Kind of cool. And yeah, it's just the fire laws. Pack it in, pack it out. So no, I don't see that signage now. Nothing on this side, and double check, nothing on the back. We are fully set up. It's about 5 after 9. We have no cell signal, so I haven't been able to notify everybody where we're at. Well, they know where we're at. They just haven't been able to tell them that we're here. So hopefully they won't worry too much. We'll be able to contact them probably once we get back over onto the east side of the lake tomorrow and do some hiking. But yeah, we're all set up. We decided to move over here just because it was kind of dark over in there, and that fire ring was so big on that campsite. And we just definitely didn't have enough wood for that. Alex has been catching fireflies. So we're kind of having fun. I kind of took a little bit of water, rinsed off what we both did, kind of got clean. Because my legs were dirty after doing that hike today, guys. They were really filthy. And I didn't want to put that down on my sleeping bag, so I rinsed my legs off, I rinsed my body off, and I got my hair good and wet, just cooling off now. And this is kind of what we set up. We do have the Mier tent tonight. It's the best lightest two-person tent we have. So that's what we're going with for tonight, and we should be good and comfortable. We're basically probably going to start the fire in the next 15-20 minutes and just have a really late dinner. Probably about 9:30 we'll start dinner, eat, and probably, I'm pretty beat. I'm thinking 11:30 at the latest going to bed.
I'm probably going to bed at like 10.
10? That's 50 minutes from now.
Basically, once I eat and I watch the fire for a little bit, I might actually go to bed.
Well, I might too, because I'm pretty beat.
Or at least go in the tent and relax. And by the time I go in the tent and relax, within probably 15-30 minutes, I'm going to be asleep. So I'll go into the tent at probably 10:30-ish, and I'll be asleep within the hour.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's probably what I'm going to be doing, because just, I mean, I hiked more over at Charles C. Dean, but, you know, this was a little bit rougher area. It definitely is. And the heat, the humidity, just the humidity wears you down. As far as I can tell, we are the only people here at Wildcat Hollow. This car, this gentleman, or whoever, could be a girl, I'm not sure, but they do have a sign in their front window. We kind of glanced at it as we walked by getting firewood. They do have a sign in their window stating that they're parked here, and today they hiked down to the lodge. So I don't know if they're staying at the lodge or if there's a camp area there. I don't know about. I'm not sure, but they hiked down to the lodge, and then they're supposed to come back this way tomorrow. As far as I can tell, there's nobody in the woods up that direction today. Now there is like when you get to the, like you have the smaller loop and then you have the much larger loop that goes further north. There is a parking lot there. Maybe someone could have parked there and be camping up in the woods, but normally this is where you park, and there's nobody here. When we did our water drop, there was a couple of cars that drove out, but we haven't seen anybody. There's been just like 3 cars go down the road over here. So pretty sure we're kind of up here alone, other than the few houses that's around. So definitely a little bit of a solitude kind of night, kind of neat. Haven't heard much besides some small animals bouncing around in the woods. And an owl.
So many fireflies.
Yeah, there's tons of fireflies out in this area too. I don't know if the GoPro will pick them up very well. But yeah, out in the field there's tons.
That's why I'm kind of catching them, because when I was younger, we'd run around our yard catching them, me and my siblings. And like literally it's just like, you have the like little myth, like, oh, if you catch a firefly, you get a wish, and then you let them go, and as long as you don't catch it again, you should be able to have that wish come true. And like, it's a silly thing that we used to do a whole bunch when we were younger. So oftentimes when I see them, I can't resist catching like 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's a little, I guess your great-grandmother told you that, didn't she? Mm-hmm. Yeah. My grandmother told him that little story, so that's kind of neat. She passed away a few years ago, so big loss in the family there. Yeah, we see fireflies and we're kind of reminded of her. See, maybe if I turn off the lantern, maybe that'll bring them out a little bit more. I don't know if it's picking them up, but all through here there's tons. It's kind of neat. Haven't seen that many in the field in a while. It's probably where we're right up against these woods here. But I think I'm gonna go ahead, get this fire going. That way we can at least enjoy like an hour and a half of it. Kind of like what I did the first night there at Charles C. Dean Wilderness. And we'll get our food going. I'm starving. We're going to pound some food. And then we'll probably see you on camera next as we go to bed. It goes. It's coming up on about 10 o'clock. It's like 9:50. The sky is still a little bright, but the sun is down. It's getting pretty dark up in here. Can't see into the woods, but you can see this parking lot. We did get a small fire going. This is all the wood we have left over. I mean, I've got some big pieces here that we kind of collected, and I cut a little bit up. I'm not even gonna put those on there because this is a very small fire ring. So we've got this small fire, and this is all we're gonna burn for the night. Probably, I'm thinking, what, half an hour at the most?
Yeah. We'll
probably be in the tent getting ready to go to bed, and we've got some water we can dump on this to get it out, so we don't have to worry about that. Really good night. Comfortable now. The humidity has died down, and there's no wind. And the last time I checked the weather, we're not supposed to see any rain or anything crazy like that through the night. So we'll probably go to bed and sleep pretty good. And going to bed, I'm hoping to be asleep by 11. I'm hoping to be up by 7 at the latest. We have maybe 8 miles or so tomorrow. I'll put the grand totals of what we did today up here right now. But as far as tomorrow, like I said, we may have 8 to 9 miles. If we get started at say 8:30, 9 o'clock, we should be really, I figure it's light by 2:30. And I mean, that'd be kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, we could probably actually, if we really wanted to, finish off the trail and just go over to Burr Oak Cove tomorrow. But I think after we've hiked 9 miles and it's starting to get pretty hot, plus that campsite that we're going to be staying at is a killer campsite, I think we will stop and camp for the night. But yes, this is what the sky kind of looks like. Still a little bit light, but it won't be long, that'll be gone. The moon should actually be coming up out this direction. I don't think we'll even see it unless we see it in the morning, depending on what time we get up. But no, we probably won't see it tonight. It will come up and kind of illuminate though, because it's at 95% or 93%, I think. But I figure I'd check in with you guys. We basically are wrapping up our late dinner. We didn't cook anything. We actually just went ahead and ate one of our lunches. And since we're going to be on trail so long tomorrow, we may stop a little bit longer and do one of our dinners tomorrow. And just cook that for lunch, which really wouldn't take that much longer, but it'll be okay.
Honestly, when it comes to me, for my lunches, because of the fact that I do the ramen blocks and just eat them whole, it actually takes me a longer time to eat my lunches than it does my dinners. Because most of the time when it comes to dinners, it's either like our dehydrated tacos or spaghetti, and it's like really, really good, which I have both on this trip. And I eat it really fast because it's good. So I don't think I'll have much issue with eating fast or any time on constraint on lunch tomorrow.
The only thing with me is I kind of Mexicaned it out. I have chicken fajitas and tacos for 2 dinners. So I'm going to have one for lunch tomorrow and one for dinner tomorrow night. So that's interesting. I'll probably do the chicken fajitas for lunch and then the tacos for dinner. because I'll be more tired and it's easier to do the tacos. So that's what I'll do. But like I said, I figure I'd check in with you, let you know how the night's going. So we're going to actually head to bed here probably in the next 30 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video for the trip. For Living the Grand Adventure, I'm Kevin. Alex, of course, is with me. Hello. But definitely, if you've liked this video, like, share, comment, and subscribe. It definitely helps us out here at the channel. Check out our Instagram and Facebook. We have pictures there that you won't see here on YouTube. A lot of stuff that, you know, that we've seen that may not video quite as well, but we do get photographs up for you. Always remember to live your grand adventure to the fullest. We'll see you tomorrow on the trail in the next video. Take care, guys. See you then.